What's up? This is Jordan Harris, the Mediocre Millionaire. So there was a time where I was really big on real estate. I've told the story before where I looked online and I was just Googling like, what is the one thing that all billionaires have in common? And the one thing that I saw is that they all have real estate. So that's what made me want to jump into real estate like real bad. Once I got into real estate, I realized that it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes quite a while, and the best way to invest in it is if you're able to have a bunch of money over here that you really don't have anywhere for it to sit except in a savings account somewhere, and you just take like $10, $15, $20,000 out of that savings account, buy a house, and then instead of it just sitting in the savings account doing nothing, it's at least sitting in this house making you $300 a month or something like that. So that is the best way to use real estate. But I've had some people ask me, like, they ask me if I'm buying houses right now. Now that it's July 2023, people ask me, are you buying houses right now? And if not, why? If you are, why? And the answer to that is right now, no, I'm not buying houses. I would rather put my money into what my wife and I do now, which is we have a financial advisor and we just have a brokerage account. So we put the money into this account and then he tells us where to invest in the stock market. He'll say, take the money, take 5,000 out, put it into this stock, take 10,000 of it and put it in that stock and move my money around that way. That way I can be just about guaranteed to get a certain percentage, 4, 5, or 6% on the return of my money. Okay, so when it comes to real estate, the reason why I'm not investing in real estate right now is because everything is like upside down and backwards, like everything when it comes to real estate. So what you want to do is you want to find a property that doesn't cost very much. Maybe you got to put a little bit of money into renovating it, and then your mortgage is only like $200, and you can rent the property out for $600 or $700, and you can profit $400 or $500, right? That makes sense. Pretty logical, okay? So that's what you want to do. But COVID messed everything up, including the real estate game. So now when I go look at properties, like in the area that I like to buy houses, I'm in Wichita, Kansas. So the area that I like to buy houses in, I look at the prices there. Those houses used to be like, before COVID hit, they were like $85,000. Now, no joke, they're selling for $185,000. So back then, before COVID, you could buy one of these houses at a decent rate, $85,000, put, $20,000 down on it or whatever it may be. I guess it would be $16,000 if you're putting 20%. So you buy a house that's $80,000, you put $16,000 down on it, and your mortgage would end up being like $350, and then you could put somebody in there for $900, $1,000, and you profit in the cool $650, $700. But now that the houses are so high, like $185,000, you got to put down a crazy high down payment, and then once you finish putting your down payment down, and you look at the mortgage number on there, and your mortgage is like, instead of it being $300, now it's looking like $650, $700 on the mortgage. Now you're trying to tell somebody to live in these little houses that have 2 bedrooms where they used to pay rent of, let's say, $800, $900. Now they're having to pay rent of $1,300. It doesn't really make sense. People are going to look at that and say, I can't afford to pay $1,300 for a 2-bedroom house. So everything is off kilter. It doesn't make sense. The numbers are way off. It used to be you could go to the county auction, like they would auction off houses and stuff when people would lose their houses to foreclosure. They would auction houses and cars and all kind of stuff off. So you used to be able to go on there and find houses for like dirt cheap, and you would have to do some renovations and stuff, which is fine, but the houses would be so cheap, like everybody would go buy them, renovate them, and then rent them out and make a good living off of that. But whenever I went and did the last auction I went to, it was about a year ago. I went to it, and like the houses that were supposed to be selling in the auction for like $70,000 or $60,000, they were selling for like $140, like almost twice the amount. Keep in mind, when there's an auction, it's supposed to sell for way less than typical. But in this case, they were like bidding like way up. And I'm like, I kept like, it was like 20 houses that they were auctioning off. And I ended up logging off and just quitting after like the 11th house or so. And then I started doing numbers on all of the prices that those first 10 or 11 houses went for. And I'm like, these numbers don't even make sense. Like, I don't know how these people are gonna be profitable. The people that bought the house, I have no idea how they're gonna be profitable on the price that they bought it for. Because if you have a 2-bedroom house and you buy it for $150, and that means you gotta rent this little space out for $1,100, people cannot afford to do that. And I'm just like, that's not gonna happen. So I don't know how they're gonna be profitable. But anyway, that is the reason why I'm not investing in real estate right now. The only thing I would buy at this point is if somebody had a residential property and they were like, they just came to me and said, Jordan, I need to sell this house and I'll sell it to you for this much. And it was a crazy deal. Then I would buy it. Or if there's like a commercial property that my wife and I believe that we could put another daycare preschool in, because we own some preschools, then I'd say, okay, maybe we'll buy some real estate then. But outside of that, nah, I'm cool on the real estate game right now. I'll just hold my money until things start making more sense. And yeah, I'll just keep on having my financial advisor putting money into the market for me, because I have no idea what to put. I have no idea what's going up or down in the market. I trust him to do that, so that's what he does for me. But that's my answer on if I'm investing in real estate. No, heck no. I'll maybe give it another shot in a few more months when things calm down a little bit. But please do like the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your time as always. God bless. Peace.